Here is Barkley, left side, big hole, Saquon Barkley! Uh-oh! Barkley, goodbye! Dunk it in. Doncic, 47!
I'll give him a dunk. On a night you had 47 points, you get the benefit of the doubt.
Moss the back, Karras the snap, Moss the block. Burrow going deep, he's got him! Touchdown! Jamar Chase!
LeBron leaked out, they didn't see him. Here he is down court. It's up and in! Will it count? LeBron James at the buzzer! 23-yard completion. Here goes Taylor. With Pierce in front. Touchdown, Colts.
Curry gets free. Curry puts up a three. Bang! Bang! He ties the game with 6.3 remaining.
Mahomes flushed out again all the way back. Turning the corner. Fires downfield. Caught. Touchdown.
Timeout, SGA. Probing, piercing, spinning, hanging for the lead, and SGA knocks it down with just under a second to go. Oh, hit, thrown. Oh, come on! Justin Jefferson, you gotta be kidding. Makes it look so routine. Greatest catch that never existed in NFL history.
Edwards puts up a three. It's good! Anthony Edwards once again. Edwards electricity here in game 4. Here's a first and goal. And he's signaling as he backpedals to the 30. Oh, what a catch! Touchdown, Baltimore!
Is it Brandon? Giannis says no. Back the other way, Trent. Giannis inside. At both ends.
Why do I always do that? Yo, what's up, everybody? Matty Ice here with Profit Props. This is the Sharp Side. As always, we will recap yesterday first, and it was my worst betting day of the season. 0 for 4. Thankfully, one of the plays was a half a unit, and the other one was only a unit of risk, so it wasn't entirely brutal. It was less than 4 units lost, but it was brutal. We had an 11-2 run, and then since then, it's been a 3-7 run. So we're looking to ride the wave. It's been a lot of ups and a lot of downs recently. Hopefully we can we have a huge slate to get right today. Absolutely huge slate to get right today. We are hovering right around 20 units on the season of profit. Yes, we've been up and down. We were up to about 24 units after our 6-1 day a few days ago, but 20 units is still something to be proud of. So let's just ride the wave here and get back to winning, get back to our winning ways. We have a nice 9-game NBA Cup slate. First game going to start us off is at 5 p.m. Eastern, a little earlier than normal. We've got Detroit Pistons versus the Boston Celtics. Injury report looks pretty clean compared to, how things have looked for some of these teams. Detroit was battling a lot of injuries. Jaden Ivey was out. Tobias was out. Azor Thompson, I believe, missed time. So I do have some thoughts in this game. Nothing official yet. Let's just go player by player. And maybe I give this a refresh to make sure all of our lines are up to date. All right, Jalen Duran line is 19.5. Let me go to my model here and see what I make Jalen Duran. $20.58. So I do like Duran's points over. I lean that way. Also lean under his rebounds, but what worries me about leaning under for his rebounds, he had 18 rebounds in the first game versus Boston. So I would be afraid to back any rebound unders in this one. Double-double price has gotten out of hand since he's turned into a 20-point-per-game scorer. Pardon me. So going to be just nothing all around for Jalen Duran. I will say I do lean over. He had 24 in the first matchup. As I said, he dominated the offensive glass. So I do like his points over. It's just not a huge edge. I would probably want to be at about 18.5 before I played this. And there are some soft outs maybe at 18.5. Wasn't even on college football odds. Yeah, this line is painted 19.5. Looked like it opened 18.5, though. John, I definitely got destroyed last night. I feel you there. Anthony Edwards, RA. Sounds like a good play. We'll look into it. Rubber Band Rah Rah. Appreciate you tapping in. Appreciate all the likes and the retweets so far. If you haven't already, man, drop a like, drop a retweet. Help me grow the brand. Help me grow the page. Appreciate all the engagement over the last month or so. Let's keep it up. Night Fox, Rubber Band Rah Rah, Brett, and Ross, appreciate all y'all for tapping in, man. Appreciate all y'all for tapping in. Yeah, I lean over. If I were 18.5, if this were 18.5, I'd play it, but at 19.5, it's probably close to efficient. Stewie to hit a 3 is interesting to me. Volume hasn't been great, although I think he was 2 for 2 versus Boston last time. Volume hasn't been good, but the hit rates looked really nice. So he's got to hit probably 1 of 2 again tonight, but the looks have been early or open. He had 2 versus lost Boston last game. Tongue's twisted here. For points, though, I'm at 9.64, so a slight lean over there and 4.64 on the boards. So a slight lean under there. All in all, I think Isaiah Stewart's lines are pretty efficient. Let's talk about Cade Cunningham. Where do I come in for Cade? Points I come in at 26.09. Don't really see an edge there. I do like the rebounds over and the assists under, but he's been diamond of recently. Like, I would be afraid, especially that 8.5 to run anything. I would need to be at a 10.5 before I would consider running any Cade Cunningham unders. Now, I do like his over, but he only had 3 in the previous matchup this season. Let's go look. Line feels a little low to me, to be honest. Probably going to stay off of this. I've had a tough time with rebounds. If you guys remember, I played Donovan Mitchell over 4.5, and he finished with 1. Didn't record his first until the fourth quarter. This feels like the same kind of gross read. So I will say I lean over Cade Cunningham's rebounds, but I'm not going to bet it. And then assists while I lean under. No way I'm betting that at anything other than under 10.5. If I'm not getting under 10.5, I'm not interested. Peyton Pritchard. 21 in the last matchup versus Detroit. I do lean over. Line 16.5. I make it 18.5. Honestly, I lean over Pritchard PRAs. He had 35 in that prior matchup. 30 plus. 30 plus. Okay, I do lean over Peyton Pritchard PRAs in this matchup as well. Let's go see something else. Boston Celtics. I do lean over Peyton Pritchard PRAs, maybe assists more than anything. The assists are at 4.5, coming off 8. He did only have 4 in the last matchup versus Detroit, 10 rebounds, 21 assists. Do lean over Peyton Pritchard PRAs. I would like to know who all played in that game, if anyone. Jordan Walsh missed. That's about the only thing important there. So I do lean over Peyton Pritchard PRAs. I'm not going to make it an official play, though. Tobias Harris, he only had, I think, 2 or 3 potentials. I wanted to run this last game. There weren't many books open. We do finally at least have like a DraftKings and some other places open. Also, at the end of the day, like, I got to play these, like, whether they're open or not. Like, if they're not going to open at FanDuel at all, like, I got to run it. Yeah, John, I'm running the MGM 1.5 minus 120. I'm not waiting for FanDuel to open because they did this fuck shit 2 days ago and didn't even open it. So I think I'm done waiting for things to open. I mean, if it's like overnight or some shit, I understand it. But at this point, I'm going live at noon. If FanDuel doesn't have it, they might just not because they're soft this year. Got it in. Love to buy. Now, honestly, I do kind of like his points over as well. Let's talk about it. Okay, so there were juicy 10.5s earlier, unless that was maybe an alt line I saw. Regardless, even at 11.5, I like it a little bit. At 11.5, though, I just keep the assists and keep it pushing. So, yeah, Tobias assists is my first official play for today. Let me add this to the banner. Tobias Harris over 1.5 assists, first official play of today. Jordan Walsh, no. Jaylen Brown, let's talk about it. Odds currently sitting at 26.5, 27.5. I make it 28.5. 26.5, 121 at DraftKings, 26.5, 125 at DK. He had 41 in the last matchup versus Detroit. Detroit, okay, versus pick and roll ball handlers. Terrible in transition. They foul a lot. They're pretty good in isolation, though. Have played pretty well defensively as of recent, but I do like the over Jaylen Brown points. 5.5 rebounds, I think, is slightly too high. The 4.5, I would lean under the assists, but not at the pricing. He had 5 threes in the prior matchup. The volume was really good. I do like the over 1.5, minus 140, minus 145, minus 150 even. I like it straight. I do think the volume's going to be good. 6 or 7 attempts, I think, is going to be our floor here. I don't think we're seeing one of those 5s. So then probably even some value bought up, plus 2.5, plus 220. 16th in three-pointers made, 21st in three-point percentage allowed. Jaylen Brown over his threes is definitely a good lay piece. Over 1.5, minus 150. Would not touch rebounds or assists, though. Azor Thompson, coming back from injury, did run 30 last game. I will say on the Detroit side of the ball, though, you've got Tobias's minutes climbing, Azor's minutes climbing. Just not comfortable with the assist, but I kind of lean over PRAs, everything there. Just 2 3-pointers made. It's really not a good matchup for Anthony Simon. It's going to have nothing there. Derek White, someone's going to have to, force me to not bet this under. PRA under. Derek White, I come in at 23.36. We can play an under 26.5. He had 22 in the last matchup versus Detroit. I know it's a cup game, so unders are worrisome because we could see starters get some extended minutes. But I do really like Derek White under 26.5 PRAs. I know he went dumb here for a little minute. I don't think. Yeah, he didn't miss any time. Didn't miss any time. I do think I'm going to run this. Derek White under PRAs. Let me walk you through each stat. Points way under. Rebounds, never mind. Okay, actually, yeah, and forget the rebounds. I might go PAs. I might go PA under. Model's more of a PA under guy. Also a better under hit rate. Derek White, PAs. I'm writing it down. At the end of stream, though, I have to be better about this because yesterday, like, every fucking lean hit again. I've really got to be serious about coming back and playing some of these because I haven't been. Just like, you know, at the end of stream, I've been on this bitch for 2 hours, so kind of. It's easy to talk ball for 2 hours, but to have, like, no break, honestly, a little difficult. Knicks versus Charlotte. Let's talk about the injury report in this one. OG Anunoby out. Landry Shamet out. Green is out. Grant Williams is out. Pat Connaughton is out. Karl Anthony Towns, rebounds under is actually my look. They, no. At 12.5, probably, though. FanDuel your way, alt 13 and 25 under for Karl Anthony Towns. I would be good with that. Maybe you could actually buy up on the 24.5. Eighth verse spot up, although they're terrible from above the break. They're terrible from the inside the perimeter. Would be afraid to run the straight line under for Karl Anthony Towns points. Rebounds, if it bumps 12.5, I could get behind it, though. Assists, honestly, lean over, but the juice is kind of wild. Threes lean under, but again, the juice is kind of wild. No official plays for Karl Anthony Towns. I think the market's efficient. Would not get caught dead betting that over, though. Like, I know they struggle from above the break and in the interior. I'm not running that over. No fucking way am I holding that over today. Brunson, I'd be more inclined to bet the over. 26th versus pick and roll ball handlers. Really fucking bad. 28.5 is the painted line. Let's talk about the cup stuff. Do the Knicks need win differential right now? Are they winning? They're in? Like, what's going on with the Knicks? Okay, NBA, load. Thank you. Knicks are 1-1. They're playing Charlotte, who's out of it. Knicks would need a win, a heat loss, and a crazy differential. So the Knicks are basically out of it. With LaMelo's playing, I will say earlier in the season, Kneppel was a must-play, points and or threes. Okay, yeah, we'll definitely talk about Kneppel in this one. What is Charlotte in assists allowed per game? Rebounds allowed 3rd, but assists allowed 27th. Okay. Nothing official on Brunson either. We're good to go. LaMelo Ball, 19.5. You can see he is 100,000% on a minutes limit. This is a team that doesn't allow a lot of rebounds either. Probably go Sexton over points, honestly, when I get there. I'm running LaMelo under 19.5 points. Minus 118 at DK. Running LaMelo's over points. Probably do run Claxton's over. LaMelo under, Claxton over, most likely. Or Sexton, I'm sorry. Claxton's Brooklyn. LaMelo is going to have no juice today. I'm calling it. I'm telling y'all, LaMelo's got no juice. LaMelo's already eating turkey, dog. Eating stuffing. This man's already on Thanksgiving break. All right, let me add that to the banner as well. But yeah, LaMelo under second play, no doubter. LaMelo under, no doubter. Miles McBride, I don't know. It should be a good spot, but he always fucks off in good spots. Like, as a WVU fan, I got no faith. Bridges is probably about to be my next play, low-key. I'm just waiting for my odd screen to not be a piece of shit. Bridges, three-pointers made. Miles, 2 plus. Everything's plus. See if there's anything. Plus 04, okay. Knicks are 29th versus spot up. I'm going to go some half-unit plays today, honestly. I'm going to go some half-unit plays today. I'm going to go a half a unit on Miles Bridges. That's how I feel about Grimes after last night. Can't trust him. McCain is nice, though. Yeah, I agree with that. I've got some bets here. First, I want to go Con Kneppel over 17.5 even money. I'm going half a unit. If you have no vig, you can get an even money. I'll release versus DK at minus 04. Then I'm going to go Miles Bridges. I'm going to go a half a unit on his over 2.5 three-pointers made. Or do I want to just go over Miles Bridges points as well? I might just go over Miles Bridges points as well. $18.5, 120 at FanDuel. I think I'm going to go. Let me make sure that's there. I'm going to go to FanDuel right now. If it's there, I'm betting it. NBA. Knicks versus Charlotte. Player points. Yeah, 18.5, 120. I'm going a half a unit there as well. Miles Bridges over 18.5 points, minus 120. All right, couple different plays in this game, and then that's probably going to do it, though. I'll probably get out of this game. I definitely don't want to overextend on anything today. That's why I go half a unit here. All of these games have like right before the holidays, you could see people come out just completely uninterested, bro. Like they're either going to be super motivated or no fucking interest at all. And that's what kind of worries me about this slate. That's what honestly kind of worries me about this slate. All right, yeah, those two were both half a unit plays. Con Kneppel, Miles Bridges, Colin Sexton. I'm too overextended. If you want to bet it, have fun. Probably the right look. I'm overextended already. Like I'm afraid to run any more overs in this game. They could lay over and die. Very good possibility that they roll over and die. Moving on to Minnesota versus OKC. Man, I would just recommend to keep it light today. OKC an 8-point favorite. I don't give a shit about Lonzo Ball, LaMelo Ball. Man, I think today's a day. A lot of the games, the cup games have been overs, but with Thanksgiving tomorrow, man, I feel like a lot of the leans today should be unders. Chet's points line is at 19.5. Definitely lean under there versus Minnesota. Rebounds. What the fuck are we even talking about? Yeah, we'll look at Anthony Edwards. I'm about to run Chet PRs under, though. About to run Chet PRs under. Running Chet's PRs under. Got model support. Chet PR 1. Best number I can get is 110 at MGM. There's 112. There's a lot of stuff out there. Hold on. Let me get this in. Hold on. Let me see what the PRA line is out of curiosity. Sorry, anyone. 28.5, painted, not open everywhere. Good, good. I'm on the PRs. Okay, let me get this out. Chef, appreciate you tapping in. Yes, sir. Let's cook. Everything I've got is at the bottom of the screen. I will say these two, though, are 0.5 units. I do want everyone to know that these two are 0.5 units. Kind of sprinkling. Don't trust the slate today. I think I saw Shea went through shoot around as well. So, yeah, absolutely love this Chet Holmgren under 27.5 PRs. Rudy Gobert. Going to draw a tough defensive matchup today, especially, Hartenstein and what's his face are both healthy. We could be looking at a possible PR under here as well. One second here. Damn, no. Model doesn't like it, but I lean under. I like the PR under for Rudy Gobert, but I'm not getting any market support, model support. Shea, 31.5. I mean, does he actually play a fourth quarter? What's crazy is he's running 34 minutes without playing the fourth. They just know he doesn't have to. I love 30 plus as an alt line. I do not believe minus 147 is correctly priced at all. So no, I love the 30 plus as an alt line. He's a player that plays very close to his average. Same can be said about Julius Randle. Like, give me 18 plus. Over in 88% of games. I think there's value on his 18 plus. I think there's value on his straight line, but I mean, 18 plus is just a tremendous amount of value. Julius Randle lean over PRs here, actually. Actually lean over Julius Randle PRs, which makes sense with the Chet PR unders. Jaden McDaniels should have a lot of defensive responsibility today. Not sure if I care about anything on the offensive side of the board. Dante DiVincenzo. Playing big minutes. OKC does allow some spot up threes. DiVincenzo threes might be a decent look. You need 3+ though. Dante DiVincenzo over his threes might be a possible look. Dante DiVincenzo over his threes might be 2.5, 138, 2.5, 127 at Rivers. I might reduce risk, bet just one unit. Ms. Herway, yo, appreciate you tapping in. Appreciate you tapping in. Everything up played's down here at the bottom. M. Knight, appreciate you tapping in. Appreciate the likes and the retweets. John, Shorty, Q from Cincy. Goya, appreciate all the likes and the retweets, y'all. Let's make some fucking money today. Dante DiVincenzo. Am I running the threes over? I like the 127 at Rivers. 138 there. I think we get more than 6. Chet already moved 26.5 everywhere. Damn, we just played that. It does look like that's moved. Underdog has 27.5 on DFS, but yeah, you're right. Yeah, Jalen Johnson made me sick, dog. And then honestly, like we talked about, Okongwu's threes over cashed with ease. I should have been on that. Yesterday was pitiful. Yeah, we making it back today. And then some. Sorry, I missed earlier. Did you say anything about Edwards under 9.5 RAs? Not yet. I haven't talked anything Edwards yet. Injury report, nothing serious. Model numbers 7.9 basically. Yeah, I've got model support here. Looks like some market support. I'm gonna run this actually minus 122 at FanDuel. Going to run this minus 122 at FanDuel. I'm going to run this minus 122 at FanDuel. Minnesota versus OKC. Player combos. Rebounds plus assists over under minus 122. Take this out of my. There we go. Do. Good deal. Yes, absolutely like this. I'll add it to the banner next. Full unit. To win a unit. Yeah, I do like Anthony Edwards under 9.5 RAs, projected just over 7.5. I mean, I think the chart speaks for itself. Although they did blitz him a lot last year, I think maybe The rebounds number, I don't think we're going to see again. The assist number, 5 or so wouldn't surprise me. I'd be afraid to run assists by itself. Again, this is a lot of playoffs, 40 minutes. This isn't going to be the exact same game we see today. Honestly, they're much bigger dogs than they were in probably any of those games. So, Anthony Edwards under RAs, not mad at it. PRAs, honestly, wouldn't be super mad at it as well either, although I do think they might be less concerned of him offensively because of I should say they should be less concerned about his assists, more concerned about his scoring. We talked about Shea, who is a game time decision. We talked about Randall. Talked about Dante DiVincenzo's threes. All right, we're going to move on. Anthony Edwards, RA's under is a good look there. I know the head-to-head doesn't look good. I wouldn't run the over just because the head-to-heads have looked good. You never know what OKC is going to do defensively coming out of it. I'm not going to be surprised if they force the ball out of his hands, and then I do think Dante DiVincenzo's points should get a bump. Dante DiVincenzo's points should get a bump. Also, let me add this to the banner. Because while they may be like the best or one of the best teams defensively, they're not the first team that has found out to try to get the ball out of Anthony Edwards' hands this season. And look what he's done. Moving on to Milwaukee versus Miami. Giannis could be back. Smith, Powell, Wiggins, Hawkes, Jovic, all questionable for Miami. Would be really difficult to approach this game in any capacity right now. Thoughts, where double-double's been printing. I wouldn't be upset with the where double-double. Tough matchup. If Bam's points were just slightly higher, I'd probably run the under. Would be afraid to run a Bam PR, but would lean that way. Miles Turner cannot rebound. Probably a 4.5 or 5.5 line. Honestly, I'm feeling this under. Maybe some recency bias in this line. I've watched this man for 10 years now. He doesn't be bored like that. Yeah, you can look at last season. A whole lot of unders. I would be almost willing to fade Miles Turner. Ryan Rollins, how do you bet him until you know what Giannis is doing? I think we can just kind of move on from this game with all of the injury news. Tuggy Bets, appreciate you tapping in. Miles Bridges on what in the banner? Miles Bridges over 18.5 points. 18.5 points. Did I not put that? My fault. Let me fix that. And then Con Kneppel was the same way. Yeah. Half a unit on each of those guys in that game. Like, this Norman Powell number looks great. He's coming back with the groin strain or whatever, though. Tyler Hero's now back. How do I approach this until I know if he's healthy or not? You know what I'm saying? So, lean over there. You could almost get away with running Norman Powell until, Spo comes out late and says he's got a minutes limit or something. Milwaukee versus Miami, I'm going to just keep it pushing, honestly. With all of the injuries, good luck navigating this. I'm good. Milwaukee versus Miami, I'm good. Let's move on to Indiana versus Toronto. Emmanuel quickly can fuck off. I had him over 15.5 2 days ago. Had 9 in the first half. Finished with 11. Jakob Poeltl going up against Isaiah Jackson. Probably a good total game. What's a double-double talking about? Plus 130. I think one of the few instances we could see Poeltl finish with a double-double tonight. What's his rebounds line? 9.5. Yeah, so I would lean over there. Poeltl double-double has some interesting value. Wouldn't get caught dead holding an Emmanuel quickly. Scotty Barnes, keep in mind RJ Barrett is out. So while this line looks low, there's going to be some extra field goal attempts to go around. Pascal Siakam, old team, vengeance. This game's already happened 7 times now. He did have 30 in the last matchup. Was Benedict Mathurin in that game? I think this was the game before Benedict Mathurin came back. No opinions there. I don't believe in the revenge hype any longer. Maybe some lean to Jarris Wallace. RA's over, but going to be nothing official there. Benedict Mathurin. I want to run the over. Ho-ass fucking bum-ass fucking Rick Carlisle, who I can't fucking stand at the end of the fucking day. Pardon my fucking language. I hate that he does shit like this, dog. Benedict Mathurin is the second best player on that team, bar none, no questions asked. TJ McConnell can fuck off. Andrew Nemhard can too. He is the best player on that team. It's malpractice to run him 28 minutes. I do understand he had foul trouble late. Foul him out, dog. Did he foul out? Did he foul out? No, he didn't play enough minutes. If he didn't foul out, he didn't play enough minutes. Nonsense. I can't stand Rick Carlisle. I know he took a team to the finals last year. If Halliburton had not tore his Achilles, Rick Carlisle might have been the only thing standing between them in a championship, because what he's done with Benedict Mathurin over the last 2 years is nonsense. What you see from Benedict Mathurin right now is what you should always see in these nonsense games you saw last year. I don't know if it's like Rick Carlisle's ego or what it is, but you can fully expect if you bet is over, he's going to play 24 minutes. Yeah, bro, the shit pisses me off. Like, bro should play 32, 34, 36, 38, 39 minutes a game. 28 is ridiculous. So I'm done backing him until they finally release him. And by release him, I mean trade him to somebody that actually knows how to use him. And God forbid it's not Golden State, because Kuminga's a similar player and they don't know how to use him either. Although Benedict Mathurin is a much better Kuminga, if you ask me. There's my rant for me to say I have nothing in that Indianapolis game. Memphis versus the Pelicans, we've got some issues here. Morant out, Jerome out, Pippen out, Clark out, Giddey game time decision. Small from WVU out, DeJounte Murray still out. Jordan Poole, I do believe, can return to basketball activities, but still out. Herb Jones still out. This is the NBA that we get to bet on. This is the NBA that we get to bet on. We're not even going to talk about what happened to Derek Queen in his last outing. 17 minutes. I mean, how do you bet on a player like that? Zion overs do look somewhat interesting. Let's go to my model and see. Pelicans. 23-2-3. Yeah. Letting this load. My apologies. Oh, the page won't work. Good. No free shout outs, but I'll shout this company out because their odd screen is fucking pissing me off again. Unabated. They have such a good product that operates so badly. That's really what it is. They have a good product that doesn't work. They've built it well and then it doesn't work. Over in 5 of 8, let's talk about what Memphis is in the interior. 15th. Pretty decent in transition. If this were 20 plus, it's an auto bet. At the current price, though, I'm not so interested. Trey Murphy, it's a horrendous matchup for. Sadiq Bey may be a sneaky spot. I don't like this game either. I mean, I just hate to say it, but look at this injury report. Even though it's not questionables, it's still like everybody's out. So I don't have anything for Memphis, New Orleans Pelicans. I'm not forcing anything, guys. It's the day before the holidays. You guys are checked out from work right now. Don't think that these NBA players won't be a little checked out from work this evening. That's all I have to say there. I know Klingen's rebounds is going to be a request. I'll probably say the exact same thing I said yesterday. If you want to run this, just run the double-double. It cashed. Probably everything I leaned on yesterday cashed, and we went 0-4 on straight. So Klingen double-double, probably some value. The Fox line actually feels a little bit low to me. Kings, Suns, no. Spurs, Blazers, pick'em. Yeah, De'Aaron Fox in a pick'em. I like him for 23.5, 24.5. My daily projections, Spurs, De'Aaron Fox, 24.91. Not quite enough. 6.57 on the assists. I'll actually lean under there pretty strongly. Can we look at Jock Landale real quick? I'm looking at his points or his threes. Sure, but hold on. I'm going to run Fox under his assists at minimum. What's my market projection on rebounds? 3.6. Right with market. Yeah, I'm going to run Fox under minus 132 at Rivers. Denny under points. I'll get there. Hold on. I'm running Fox. Where did I say Rivers? Let me get to Rivers. NBA. I am betting De'Aaron Fox under his assists. I am betting De'Aaron Fox under his assists. Assists. De'Aaron Fox under 7.5, 132. Bam, bam, bam. Got it. All right, let me get that into here. Huge slate. Huge slate. De'Aaron Fox under 7.5 assists. Jock Landale was a request. We can look at it, and then Denny obvious points. First, anything else though? Fox, Jeremy Grant. Honestly, would definitely lean over Harrison Barnes. Nothing. Denny Avdia points under. What's going on with Sharp? I would have to wait on Sharp before I bet that. With Sharp, probably. Without Sharp, definitely not. With Sharp, probably. Without Sharp, definitely not. Harrison Barnes is also questionable. It looks like Dylan Harper could return today. I haven't seen anything official on that, though, so I wouldn't take too much of that to heart. Yeah, Denny Hodby, I'm going to have to wait for some injury news. AJ Green PRAs, we'll look at it. I have to circle back, I think, for Miami. All right, going to wrap this game up. Might have late ads later as injury news comes out. Next game we're on is going to be Phoenix versus Sacramento. I am going to quick run through my model. Devin Booker, under points, under threes, over rebounds, no assists. Devin Booker, under points. Running it. Projection 26-1. I know it's a really bad defense. I mean, I can agree with that, but I don't think I'm staying off of this. Running it. Okay, Devin Booker under 28.5 points is bet. Mark Williams could have a really good game versus Sacramento. Was that this year? Yes. He had 11 boards, but only 6 points. Let me go check my Mark Williams rebounds. Mark Williams rebounds make sense to me at minimum. Model does not like the over. It's kind of juice compared to what he's done on the season at 8.5. Lean over, model doesn't like it, so I'll keep it as a lean. But 28 plus minutes, if we get that out of Mark, I'd probably be willing to hold that over rebounds. Russell Westbrook over rebounds, I would leave as a lean, but I'm not going to say there's anything official there. Dennis Schroeder's questionable. Going to be no opinions there. Keegan Murray back, 4th game back. Yeah, 26 in the last one, 44 minutes. I mean, we're going to continue to see that out of Keegan. I don't know. Let me see another game or two. Hold on a second. Both of these two went the fuck off versus them last time, 29 and 30 apiece from Levine and DeMar alike. So I'm going to stay off of it, but volume Lord Dylan Brooks points over. He has been crushing. Maybe even threes. I know he's been chucking from behind the arc as well. Can't believe we live in a world where Dylan Brooks' points line is now 20.5. Threes are 30, 3.5, 2.5, 3.5. I can't believe we live in this world right now where Dylan Brooks just fucking shoots the shit out of the ball. Possibly something on Dylan Brooks here. Props.cash, appreciate the like and the retweets. Appreciate all of y'all for tapping in. CJ, appreciate you for tapping in. Lone Stacks, appreciate you for tapping in. Everything I've played is down at the bottom. Full NBA slate today. How many 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 NBA plays today. Wow. It's just at about 1 per game, though. Definitely hold on looking at Dylan Brooks over here. Just a volume spot. I do think he's going to have a bunch of field goal attempts here. I'm really betting a Dylan Brooks over. I mean, my model says to, so I have to. It just feels wrong. I'm betting it, though. Going to Bet Rivers. Points. Dylan Brooks. Okay, Dylan Brooks is bet over 20.5 minus 112 at Bet Rivers. I know, dude, it does feel so wrong to bet a Dylan Brooks over, but the volume has been there. Anything else in this game? Royce O'Neal not backing tonight. No, that's going to move on from Phoenix and Sacramento. Houston versus Golden State. KD is still away from the team. Draymond is questionable. Kuminga's out. I think they locked his ass the fuck down. No, that wasn't this year. Going to wait for Draymond news in this game. If anything, it'll be late adds to the timeline. I'll wait for the Draymond news. With KD out, I don't have a great feel on this game anyways. Yeah, Green is probably what it is, Steve Kerr, after all. Yeah, exactly. I don't trust anything Steve Kerr really be saying. Yeah, we played 8.5 last game. Y'all believe that? We played 8.5 in this. That line's gone. Wow, Curry's three-point line is sitting at 5.5 right now. Incredible. I lean over. I'm at 33. Model makes this line 31. So pretty nice lean to the over. 31. We can play over 26.5. 118 at FanDuel, 110 at MGM and Hard Rock. Okay, I think I actually am going to be, yeah. What's up, bro? Appreciate you tapping in. I'm going to run Steph Curry over his points, over 26.5. FanDuel 118, I believe, is the best line. Minus 114. Cool. And I think I'm actually going to end it right there, too. I mean, I've got a lot of plays out. So, I mean, recap's already going to be something tomorrow. Hopefully it's great. I just hate overextending, especially on a roll. Like with the Thanksgiving tomorrow, I just hate overextending. I am overextended. Like with it being Thanksgiving, I show an edge on every single one of these plays individually, but I am worried about motivations going into the holidays. Tobias Harris over 1.5 assists, LaMelo Ball under 19.5 points, Con Kneppel over 17.5, Miles Bridges over 18.5, Chet Holmgren under 27.5 PRs, Anthony Edwards under 9.5 RAs, De'Aaron Fox under 7.5 assists, Devin Booker under 28.5 points, Dylan Brooks over 20.5, Steph Curry over 21.5 points. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 unders, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 overs. Okay, 5 and 5, 10 plays on a 9-game slate. Let me recap that again real quick, and then we're going to get out of here. I do appreciate each of y'all for tapping in. I know we've got people traveling for the holidays, people that might be tapping in late. So here's everything that I've played so far today. I will add anything else I do to the timeline. Tobias Harris over 1.5 assists. LaMelo Ball under 19.5 points. Con Kneppel a half a unit on over 17.5 points. Miles Bridges a half a unit on over 18.5 points. Chet Holmgren under 27.5 PRs. Anthony Edwards under 9.5 RAs. De'Aaron Fox under 7.5 assists. Devin Booker under 28.5 points. Dylan Brooks over 20.5 points. And Steph Curry over 26.5 points. I will be live tomorrow. We're going to go live like 9:30, 10 a.m. There is no NBA. I'll be doing 4 NFL games tomorrow, all 3 Thursdays plus the Friday. Friday, I will be back to your normally scheduled the sharp side, but tomorrow morning we are going live early. I appreciate all of y'all for tapping in. If you haven't already, drop a like, drop a retweet, help me grow the brand, help me grow the page. I appreciate y'all. Catch y'all tomorrow. Until then, man, let's go.